for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game.
This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Watson off play action. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Jordan Davis forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's caught inside the 35. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson.
That's out to the flat for Gordon. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On first down, Watson.
Delivering again to Gordon, and he's got him again.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7.
To the air yet again, Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Jets. Dallas Goedert from 8 yards out.
And the Jets will strike first here in this wild card matchup. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Robert Saleh, one to take chances. His guys will go for 2 here.
They'll try and run it in with Coleman, and he will get in to make it 8-0. Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Carr. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football.
Sanders has it poked free, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a play fake, and it's Watson.
That one into the hands of Hopkins downfield.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
Rolling to his right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Second and 10 now from the 27. Watson. Left side complete to Lockett.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. One quarter down, 8-0 the score. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
He's checking. Crash. Line up. SOS.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Melvin Gordon, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Robert Saleh, one to take chances. His guys will go for 2 here.
They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the carry, it's McAllister. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami 1st down on the 14-yard pickup.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Check 13. Check 13. Check. He's coming. We got double up.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw with Carr. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. So 8 yards on the completion there. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the 1st.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Carr now on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check 9, check 9.
Faking the give. Now Watson. And this one is incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
What we got? Crunch. Big ass.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
It just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. In motion left is Hopkins. Off of play action, it's Watson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Lockett, 35 yards.
And the Jets continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Robert Saleh, one to take chances. His guys will go for 2 here.
They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Throwing his car on third down. Flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the 25 on second down, Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. The final shot here before half for Carr. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now. Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This one fielded at the 5.
Oh, good return up past the 30.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
And boy, we talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fielded right around the 8. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really unfortunate.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this coach has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll run up the middle with McAllister. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 3rd quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
And they're both on the first down. Mike 17. Deep. Nine. 17's Mike 17. All right, T, let's all right, T. Hey, alert 3.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Miles Sanders, 42 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Sets the kickoff.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Check. Lucky. Watch twitch.
Now Watson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. T.J. Watt in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs now leads to a 3rd and long.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
3rd and long. It's Watson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Avonte Maddox.
And the Dolphins are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Carr.
Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again.
Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Into the red zone, it's Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
17's Mike 17. Let's set a tone.
Again, it's Carr. This is caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins are able to claw one back. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check.
To throw is Watson. And he's got it. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Lockett with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jets add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Carr. He'll drop it off to McAllister as running back. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 more on that one and another first down. Throwing now is Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnover.
Mike 17. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 17's Mike.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this one to Patrick. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. Carr going to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Jets are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. The form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now it's Lockett. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Back to throw, Watson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So they took their shot. That was a pretty good heave, but in the end, the free safety is the one who comes away with the football.
And two of the traits that you look for in a good free safety, range and decision-making, both on display right there. And it didn't hurt that he's got a good pair of hands, too.
They start on the ground here at Sanders.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Carr to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now a toss out wide to McAllister. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. They're having issues right now getting that running game going.
I wonder if maybe adopting some of the college run game would help here. Because we're still at that stage where you have a bunch of guys saying, I don't know about what the colleges do. And the college stuff is working in the NFL. Bigger line splits, create some more natural running lanes, might help the offensive linemen get better angles in their blocking schemes.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now, Watson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Watson. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago. So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. Flushed out right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word, playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And they got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you've got no shot then.
And that will be incomplete.